Hello everyone, it's still singularly me, Dolapo. Today we are back again to discuss on the topics that were raised during our last discussion. If you remember, I mentioned that there was a question asking if 2 years was too early for a woman to remarry. We did not know the context, whether it was a divorcee or a widow. And someone replied that it was a sin to divorce at all. That issue of divorce has already been handled in our last discussion. So this discussion will be on how soon can one remarry. Before we go on, don't forget to click on that subscribe button. That is going to enable us to continue making these videos and for other people to benefit. Thank you very much. So back to my discussion. How soon is too soon to remarry? From my knowledge of the Bible, there is no law or rule that says a particular time is too soon. That is the Bible. From my limited knowledge of the Quran, there is no law or rule that gives a time. From my limited knowledge of the legal system in Nigeria and actually worldwide, they say that if your divorce is legalized today, you can marry tomorrow. And if it's widow, there is no rule or law. So I think it's safe to say that whatever rule of law you are following in whatever part of the world you are in, there is really no fixed rule, no fixed law that says that gives a particular time frame that is right for a man or a woman to remarry after being widowed or divorced. Now, that is the background context here. So what are the things that people say, that the society say? Bearing in mind that there is no legal or religious law, the only thing we are left with now is what the society say or thinks. It is not uncommon for our society in Africa to think that you should give some time before you remarry. Some would say that if you quickly remarry, it might seem as if you were already dating that person before your spouse's death or before your divorce. Some might say that it does not show respect to your spouse that died. People will have different reasons to give. However, I want us to note something, that on the average, many people will tell, if it was a man, many people would advise, I think you should quickly remarry. You have little children. Who will help you to take care of these children? So I think you should quickly remarry to find a woman that will take care of your children. However, people never say that to women. We have forgotten that as much as a man, a widowed man or a divorced man, is left with little children to take care of, the same goes for a woman. Yes, a woman may have more instinct to take care of little children, but no matter what, children are best taken care of in the context of a mother and a father. So being a man does not make it any more difficult than it is if you were a woman. So there is no reason why a man should be asked to quickly remarry so that you can find someone to help take care of your children. And the same thing cannot be applied to a woman. That is by the way. So now, we still have that question, how soon is too soon? In the end, I think that largely depends on you. You are the one that will decide. The first thing is, one, you need to be mentally ready for another person in your life. For a woman that has gone through a difficult marriage that led to a divorce, it is not likely that she will be ready mentally soon to remarry. For a woman that loved her husband so well and he died, It might take her a while to grieve properly. And until she has grieved properly and she's able to move on, then she's definitely not ready to move into another relationship, no matter what anybody says. It reminds me when I first separated, divorced from my ex. I had this relationship. We met on a dating site. I will still get around to talking about dating sites. I'm sure that is something that many of us are into and are interested in these days. But it didn't work out. Over the next 10 years till now, we kept on being friends. And something that both of us tell each other is, if we had gotten married at that time, we would have divorced. Do you know why? Because I was not ready. Even getting married at 26 years old, I was not ready for the marriage. Getting divorced about 5 years after, if I had rushed into another relationship, I would be divorced by now, because I still was not ready to be in any kind of permanent relationship. And two, I was not yet properly over my divorce. So the first thing that you need to consider is, one, are you over your divorce? Are you over all the happenings, all the hurt, all the things that happened to you that led to your divorce? Are you able to recall your past and still not feel pain and still not feel regret? Have you been able to let go of your partner in your mind, of your ex? Have you been able to talk to your ex one-on-one without any emotion, whether anger, whether love, whatever it is, until you are sure that you are able, that you have actually put behind your past? Please do not venture into anything permanent. You will make a mistake. And if you are a widow, yes, especially if you loved your partner before he died, it will be a difficult journey to healing, but you need to allow yourself time to grieve. Do not allow anybody to put you under pressure to marry soon or to marry late. In the end, you are the one that is going to be in the marriage. So you are the one that will know the best time for you to go ahead and get married or get into a permanent relationship again. And I tell you, the grieving process can be a long one. It depends on the kind of person that you are. I am not judging, but I don't think that someone that lost her partner is going to be ready to get married in another 6 months, because grief takes longer than that. But you will know when you are better, when you have been able to get over that grief, when you are ready to meet someone else, when you are ready to fall in love again. If you think that in 6 months you are, then it doesn't matter what the society says. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Please go ahead and have your relationship. So the 2 points I am making here is, one, you are the only person that can know when you are ready to go into another relationship. No one else can do that for you. It does not matter what anybody says. 2, you need to be sure that you are over your past relationship, whether it ended by death or by divorce. You need to be sure. And that will include you no longer harboring any kind of hatred, any kind of anger towards your ex, you being able to recall events that happened without feeling pain, without feeling bitterness, without weeping and all the likes. We will still talk about how to move on when your relationship has ended by whatever means. Thank you for listening today. Do not forget to press on the subscribe button, and please feel free to drop me any questions, any concerns, any additions or subtractions. I am here every time listening to you. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.